A very warm welcome to my community. I'm Sherwood McCaskey, as always. Thanks for joining us. This week, once again, we begin with a thankful heart. Special thanks to Sir David Seal and the folks of the People's Market for their commitment to Barbadian history and Barbadian culture and their insistence on ensuring that is researched, collected, and shared with all. Now, this process of collecting and sharing the social history of our communities and personal accounts is not to be taken for granted. Many a history has been written from personal diaries of men and women. In effect, we have been forced to see things through the lenses of others for centuries. You too can leave your imprint by sharing your personal history. And for our students of history and heritage studies, this series, My Community, is your primary research tool. Please use it wisely. This week, we continue that journey with Bajan Fari. Our teachers in primary school often left indelible marks on our lives. How could we forget them? Bajan Fari speaks of his primary school teachers and a number of those stories that are now within the walls and the environs of his school.
Growing up, going to Spokestone Boys School, I will never forget my teachers, they could call them. The first teacher I ever had was a lady named Miss Archer. Can't forget her. It was a really nice lady. I think she came from Boston Bell. Then I had Mr. Jordan, Boston Bell too. I never get upstairs. I had Mr. Williams. I think in my class 4, and then I had a lady named Miss Hines. Miss Hines. She told us a story about when I think it was in class 3 that time there, before we went class 4. She told us a story about when they was younger. You ever hear about the steel donkey? Well, her parents and them apparently went out. They had this big able dog in the backyard. No, study the dog. Dog get there and running about in the yard, but you know the chain dragging me and go back in to take the dog on the chain. And them swear blind that steel donkey in the yard. The mother come back and find all them up in one corner. What not move, what happened? Mommy, the steel donkey in the yard. I'm like, steel donkey? And they want to open and turn on the light outside. There was one of the people that fortunate enough back then to have lights. And when they look, they see the dog running about in the yard, dragging about the chain. Imagine that. You turn a whole dog into a donkey. I can't believe that there. So, these are the teachers that I will never forget. This Mr. Williams was a serious man. To this day, I still know his 2 sons. I think he passed away and stuff like that. Mr. Jordan was another man who was a good man. I saw Mr. Jordan a couple of times after, Mr. Williams a couple of times, but I never saw Miss Hines or I never saw Miss Archer. You know what I mean? But Spokestone School was a nice school. I can remember going to at Spokestone School. That was it. That's what got me. I don't know what Pioneer there is putting the vanilla milk. But back in the day, there's a bring in this big silver urn. And it would bring it in, and you would get biscuits and milk. And I tell you what, I would go back and try to ease up another cut, and then eventually the people that work in there at the school be like, no, you can't drink all that milk. It can make your belly run. I don't know what that means. So another milk. That was until they get home that evening, and they can walk 10 feet from the toilet. I tell you, no one look, but I was like, man, this is all fair. I ain't drinking more of that milk. But you know, the next day going back down there, I got the same 5 cups again. I can't help myself. I don't know. To this day, vanilla milk is all it is. I never drink another milk from Point Hill, but vanilla. And that was Spokestone Boys School, thing like that. But then eventually we moved to Roadview, which would be opposite where St. Peter's Bay is now. Down there, they call the Dark Hole. But opposite there, that's where Talon used to live down inside the Dark Hole. That owned the shop that was opposite Spokestone Boys School. Talon was right there. They had Roland Edwards. They went to school with his son Randolph, his grandson Randolph, and stuff like that. And Talon, I don't know why they call it Talon, but I can tell you one thing about Talon. Talon, as we used to call him back in the day, and there's no disrespect to Talon because he's a respectable man, him and his wife Patsy. And I would say Talon meant me in school, the barefoot police. And the barefoot police. oh, what kind of on the shoes? And you can never find that. Even my mother, for my husband, he used to say, tell him to go cricket barefoot. Anybody see tell him be barefoot. Don't care how much money tell him got, tell him be always barefoot. But if we go back to Spokeston Boys School, they also had a gentleman named Buck White. He used to live to the north of the school. And every time we come home at lunch, 12 o'clock, Buck White would run to the wall, and Buck White got bread and tools. And them the best bread and tools I ever had as a child. Even if you don't got all the money, and you ain't got the money to buy a drink, you know, you got to take your time and you got to drink. Back then, the salt bread, salt bread is real firm. So, you know, you will find yourself, if you bought too much off at one time, and things like that there. But if you had the money, you could just go by the pipe in the schoolyard, and you would drink some water, and that will wash it down. It would take a little while, you can't run back on there, because you might throw up. They just call it throw up now, but you know what I mean back then. P-U-K-E, that kind of way. I remember we was going to school we was in school. I think he was in class 1. I can't remember where Maximilian, what class he was in. But he was outside and I had a coconut tree in Spokestone schoolyard. I will never forget that. Well, when the teacher said, oh God, he dead. A coconut dropped down. I hit this fella Maximilian Constantine and knock him out cool in the schoolyard. Cool. And from that there, he may chop you on the coconut tree. So you don't know, you can get no more coconut to play with. You can get no more coconut limbs drop down that you can cut them out and make a quick hit back now and then. Let me see. Above Spokeston Boys School with Miss Alling, she had a mango tree that used to come over the schoolyard, but he had Mr. Bonfield. I know Mr. McLean never tell you, I think Mr. Marvin never tell you so, but Mr. Bonfield had a rule that you can't pick up no mangoes that drop off of the tree. Well, 3 o'clock, it's come. But you know what, this man was like a police in the schoolyard, making sure you don't pick up none of them mangoes. And he was standing in his office. All he used to say is, all the time, boy, come to my office. After school, through the school gate, at the wood. You know, the next morning you can't school, you feel him off again. As you down there telling prayers and things, that same prayers got the hard like a balcony, you should go and stand up on the stairs and carry you up. But stand up there, and you'll be like, Phillips, this one, now you'll come. And then, shut be our trouble. Then they not tell you, want to pick up nothing, Miss Allen, mine was. And me, I always had a smart moment. Sir, there Miss Allen, mine goes most over the wall. Okay. Y'all can go, leave him. But sure they had mine goes too, yeah, but then it's talk back. You don't talk back and you turn around, put your hand on the desk. And he had a problem with, like, I don't know why he never wet my pants, but he would grab right here, tugging it up. I smoke here. And then like, wow, I get beat for mine and none of them get beat for mine though. But if we get beat once, they don't okay, I can keep taking mine all the time. And then, the other thing you should do too, if you look go to Spokestone, there's a canal that runs behind Spokestone Boys School all the way out to the salt pond, as we call it. And we will get rocks, tie it off on cord, and drop them down, say the crab hole, let the crab hole them and pull them out the crab hole. And then, but sometimes you be up there so interested in the crab, Mr. Barfield can cross with the bamboo. Everybody lick them right off of the wall. But all of that taught me what I am today. Do good will a thing. Do wrong, the boxing get cut. They had a lady named Miss Paris, which is Alma Paris, that the school is named after. She used to live in Gardens Alley. She was actually the first time to tell you about this now. I get in trouble for this too. I get in trouble for a lot of things, come to think of it. Miss Paris, she was the head of the Cubs. And I see my friends going to Cub meeting, and I decided I want to join the Cubs too. So she let me come. And you know, she reading the book, something about the wild and thing, and I like this is cool. But, you know, obviously back in the day, you gotta ask permission. So, that was another time I get tired roast for that too. Was I wasn't supposed to join the Cubs, so I was neither a Cub, a Wolf, or none of that. I just know they didn't come back because I get tired roast. So.
This series was designed for us to share our experiences of community life. No doubt there are many who identify as being tar roasted. Now, all living things must expand or die. In this expansion over the years, Spikestown's physical landscape has changed.
I'm talking about Spikestown before they had a bypass. I can remember Spikestown when there was no bypass. When you would walk up, Spikestown Boys School, talent shop, again, they had a man named the Sax man, Mr. T. Well, before you get to Mr. T, they had Miss Hope. You could walk and go around the side and you would get your sweeties and things, you would get your newspapers. I was seeing as it, let me talk about this first, and then go back to the newspapers. Then you go up, you had, let me see, they had Mary, I can't remember Mary's father's name. I think it's Matthias, Mary Matthias, I think the Miz. Then you had Barbara Basho. On the other side was Miss King. They had a big, massive house, and she had a shop too, and stuff like that. Then you get to, when you pass that, you get to, I think that's Dan Burma Road. I think that's Farm Tenantry. And right above that was Gong Shop. Then you had the Pentecost Church, and behind that was Miss Fredericks, which was my mother, former husband, mother, and father, and so they lived behind there. Aubrey had a shop in the corner too. There was Gong Shop. Aubrey shop was over on the other side, and then I had Miss Allen's shop right by the pike. And they had a log, and most people don't know that that log was known as the log of Diamond Rock Corner. Because Diamond Rock Corner is only one corner as far as I understand. And Farm Road go up around the town, and the corner is known as Diamond Rock Corner. Never knew why they call it that and stuff like that there, you know what I mean? Then you go around the town, they had Mr. Herbert, I remember Mr. Herbert. Then they had a gentleman named Souls. He used to actually build coffins. So when they get there on the evening, they would cross the other side of the road. Because you never know what made the coffins. And Souls was on the below side, and I had a gentleman, the shoemaker, best shoemaker in Spikestown ever. Well, it was him and Mr. Boyce. But Mr. Watson, a great man, he's a man that really, you know what I mean? Was a man I had a lot of respect for. But Mr. Watson, your shoes can last you for at least about 3 school terms, then you can screw that primary school. But once you get the whole, you know, you go carry shoes down with Mr. Watson, and he can put on a stool on him, and he would take it, sand it down, and rub it. He'd be like, yeah. All them shoes, he would stitch them and all kind of thing with the wax score. I would say, only I'm watching him doing it, and I'm like, yo, he don't be fighting at the needle because I'm able to bought the thing. I'm like, yo, he can jerk himself just now. I say, I don't know really, but my shoes, I say, this man can jerk himself just now. But it never happened, unfortunately. But not for me to see. Him and Mr. Boyce. Mr. Boyce is the more quiet, serious man.
The late Eric Watson and Mr. Boyce's legacies are celebrated throughout the north of this island. Mr. Watson also passed on his knowledge and skills to many youngsters who were enrolled as students of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology. Anyone interested in conducting serious research on Spikestown may find this series useful.
You see, I can remember going to Wally's and things. Then you had, obviously, Mr. Gemma, the coolest man in Spikestown. Never see this man vex yet, ever. Mr. Gemma, cool man. Real cool. You going there? Mr. Gemma, where's this? This you told that you hold on, you know, when you had them cars, you hold and pull back. And like when they fly and go along, you know, got the control over it. I remember getting a lot of them little cars from Mr. Gemma. He'd be like, hey, your mother always coming here, man. How are you doing? I'm good. Then it I'd be like, okay, man, you know, I got all the money for the car, I got $2. Okay, no problem. Give me $1. You gonna keep $1 for yourself, buy something else. And that was Mr. Gemma. I really liked Mr. Gemma. Across was Roller. First place I ever built a bicycle from was Roller. Mr. Roller, yeah, Mr. Roller, real cool. For real, Mr. Roller. And then you go in there, and then you had Barry took it over after Mr. Roller left. And they had, I don't know if you ever heard about this guy named Cortez from Spike. So he come from Major Walk. Cortez built some of the funniest looking bicycles I ever see. You see the long riders that people sit back on or ride with the handle all up there? He was the first one you ever see. They want him in the ride, you know that? It was Ride Barbados. Or something. He used to go in them, and he used to people always have pictures of his bicycle, Cortez. Take a frame, cut it this way, cut it that way, and bend it back up, bend it up. And then barely working in the bicycle shop, you know, you can get all these spokes, hub all kind of thing from in there.
Ever since 2014, I have been in the area researching, and interestingly enough, all of the stories, the accounts of commercial life in the town corroborate People tell similar stories, but through different experiences. This is your opportunity to formalize Spikestown's history in a book. Now, on the northern outskirts of Spikestown is Haywoods. Let us hear of his account.
I actually knew Haywoods when it had a lot of coconut trees, and that's the windmill thing that was left. Yeah, I used to go up in there and get coconuts, husk them, and you would chew them up, and then rub them by your boogie board it. So that, yeah, I used to do that because, you know, you ever heard of somebody tell you about the Bluestone? The Bluestone is right below, or you see, if you come across the highway above Haywoods, and you make the turn, and you go around to go up Sandy Street, right, the Bluestone is like back, in the back right there. Yeah, man, and that was, I think to this day, no, I don't even look the same, because one time I actually took a photo of it with my photography, and I was like, yo, they cut the Bluestone to make more room for people to bathe. Then they went on there and I think they built a jetty, and I'm like, yo, they mash up all the reef and things down here. Because I remember down there, and I remember one of them was down there taking photos. They probably still got a video of it on my Instagram. And I saw a little baby turtle crawling out. And I was like, yo, they mash up all down here, yo. I remember Sam Canteen was down there too, when Haywoods was building. I remember when Haywoods was building, because the man used to work for a gentleman named Halley. That was the first place. He was a steel bender. MK666, I think, Garden Mark. And he was the man down there building the steel for down there. He was a contractor down there and stuff like that. But Haywoods was real cool, you know. Haywoods, they would never see so much coconut. They had a lot of, more coconut trees than inside of the trees in Queen Street. A lot of coconut trees. Haywoods is still Haywoods to me, though, you know what I mean? I can't forget how it was. So even the way how it is now, I can't forget how it was before. Because that's what part I grew up knowing and stuff. We would go down there every Sunday, go to the beach, and one Christmas your mother would make your car down a skillet. You know, wood birds of paint taught or horse paint taught. And you would fill it up the sand, and you would bring it up, and then you used to call it, we had snow on the mountain in front of the house, and you would put the sand all around it and stuff like that there to stop the slugs from climbing up and eating off the tree and things like that there. And then we tell yourself that you got snow on the mountain, you got sand on the bottom, so you might as well call it snow too. But if you want to talk about the papers, they had a gentleman named Pilly. Pilly would sell newspapers. He would go this plywood box on the bicycle and would walk, push this, but you know, he would bring the newspaper and thing. But you see, by maybe say 4 o'clock, Pilly bought the bicycle. I couldn't go on a bicycle. I know about the board. I think you should carry the board bought by Miss Hoare. But Pilly got the newsiest bicycle to get home. You know why? Pilly drunk from head top to foot bottoms and pop up on the bicycle like, Pilly, watch your car. And Pilly walking in the middle of the road, and you got to go wrong Pilly. And Pilly got to go all the way to road view. And I would be like, what do you think? And I remember Buzzer, which is one of the Denny's, being real cool. He actually married to one of my cousins. He told me one time Pilly hit a bus. I was like, oh? Yeah, Pilly was running, like, he ended up in the middle of the road and hit the bus, or somebody car or something like that. I had to pay the repair. I like, but, so he think, but I remember actually hearing about that story. I thought he had get hit and dropping the thing, and nobody know what part it was, but actually he hit the bus. But Pilly would be drunk. And I'd be like, you can't go on the man making the sport, you know. As I get older, then, you know what I mean, or get a little bit faster, I go on Pilly and like, pull the shirt till Pilly, and run. But box drop thing, and Pilly going on the box and coming with a fishing knife about this, you know. And then running for my dear life. And then eventually I had a piece of wood, and you just run, you know, with a piece of wood, you run off wall, and eventually you just stop it because it used to be fun till a certain point, and you got to stop it. Years ago, I think the two of you about this in 6 minutes. You ever hear about a man named Sugar Salt? Sugar Salt. Well, I knew my man had Sugar Salt, I had Buck Monkey. I can't remember the other one in the name. But I know about Sugar Salt and Buck Monkey. But if you catch the Sandwich Parish Church bus, that will come back and come 2 money a quarter. And for no reason, I be in the bus, head straight like this because Sugar Salt is sitting down in the gallery below there. I be like, boy, don't look at him, boy. Like, oh, that man here, Sugar Salt, boy, he's carried away. But you know, I never see carry nobody, you know, here you get charged for nobody, you know, and that is, you know. But in them days when you hear about the heart, man, and the tappies and things, because we living in Road View, I would never walk by the cemetery wall, you know. Because somehow my father had this notion that he had to always frighten people. That wall, you know, if you walk near that wall, a duppy might reach over and grab you and pull you down inside the hole. So that was my clue. Don't walk near there or it's going to disappear. Never happened. Never ever happened.
The interesting stories of our people and their experiences. Now, speaking of experiences, what about the flood? Spikestown has flooded on a number of occasions.
I will never forget the wind, because we had two big sandbox trees. We called mahogany trees. And the night, the wind, pouring. And you know, that time you got this inside wood in your house down there, you just had galvanized. So you could hear everything that hit the roof. And in the morning when we get up like about, we get up pretty early because I know in the morning you gotta get up, you gotta wash your ears. Don't know why you gotta wash your ears every day, when somebody could just get the pipe and wash off a plate. But you gotta wash everything. And my mother said, look, they had a big washout. All the water running down, look. And when they went up there, I would never forget that. But I never see so much water in my life. Water flying coming down Station Hill. And it was like, yo, then the new Station Hill, like talking about in Spikestown, with the pavement and all of that. It was you walking and the car coming, wait till it pass, and then you keep walking the gut. And this street, he was on top of the hill. You could go through the cut rock, and you could end up in the back by the court, what part that had the horses and things. And this water coming down. And at that time, my sister was living in town, man. Now she had already moved back to Gardens Alley. And the way out this water coming down, I look at my mom and say, Mommy, you know, he said, we should church bus and coming out here this morning. That time at water. I go outside and say, we should church boat. You know, now, you make kind of true, ain't going to school today at all. You know that. She said, you could go around and go down through the Barber Green again, but talk about the Barber Green, I think. But you get home by the Barber Green, water was all up there too. And they didn't even know that so much water they fall. And they had to rescue my sister. She used to live in Gardens Alley in a boat. Had to get Moses and go up in there and rescue them out the house. Because it was she, my nephew, and my niece, and her husband. And they had to rescue them with a boat because the house, they said that they could feel the house moving at times. So I had to end up in there with a boat for them. And the water was going on through the canal. I remember we managing off it slow down and stuff. I think, but the water was still coming. Because the water was coming, the thing what people don't realize is that the water won't come from one place. The water coming down Station Hill came from Ashton side, right? I don't think money water will get all the way, and probably find a different way to run off before I get them. But Ashton water was coming down that hill. But then they got the Rim Gully. The Rim Gully water got a whole thing that is running down through, and it come down, and it's ended up coming around through the back of like Miss Best Shop. If you go up through that alley, you can see what part of the water is coming down. And they end up then, if you go down through Salvation Army Gap, you will see where it end up. And they had a guy named Oriel Worrell. And he went with a rope trying to save Mr. Rollett pigs. Or Mr. Rollett live way down at the bottom. That house always gets flooded out all the time. It's right next. If you look at it, it's the last house on your right hand side. If you look at it, you can see it from the bypass. I don't even know if they still live there. And he went trying to save the pigs, but he went the wrong side. You should have went on the below side where the tunnels. You should have went on the below. He went on the above side. And the process of trying to lasso the pigs, want to get lasso washed under, and he walk right running foot. And the front oil down inside the flat hand pimplers, which all of that going on. Because they don't even got the flat hand, they got a car park there now. All of that was flat hand pimplers. That was behind Budgie Shop, all behind there. That led out to the salt pond.
29-year-old Oriel Worrell from round the town. His body was found in the water in the canal which runs into the salt pond. A number of curious people gathered in the area this morning to get a glimpse of the body, which was discovered around 8 a.m.
Oriel was a cool dude, man. Oriel was a real, because they live, I tell you exactly where they live. You see the Bethany Baptist Church at the corner around the town, they live right behind them. They live right behind it. And growing up in Spikestown, because I imagine they live in Spikestown itself, and moved to Roadview, and then they moved to Station Hill, which is Upper Church Street, and stuff like that. I will always tell people that for all my older heads and things, like when me and Buzzer get on the phone, he's like, man, I like talking to you, boy, you just bring back the good old days. I like, brother, it hasn't met me who I am. There ain't no Bajan Fari without Spikestown. None. Nobody had no time now. And I one of them proud Spokestonians, for real. But all in all, growing up in Spokestone, it teach me to accept a lot of things and don't try to put my hat before you can't reach it. Because in the long run, when you try to do that, you're really unlocking the achievements. You know what I mean? Take your time and get up out you're going. And always growing up hearing, mind is quick before you walk. I never want to stand out until I get a big man. You know what I mean? Because you always feel that because you don't see people with things and that catch your eyes. Them are the kind of things that I grew up hearing and never understood it until I got older. Because people things in yours, and if you continue to watch people things, you are going to really see what for you. You're watching other people things. And I'm glad and proud to be part of the Spokestone community, and I can't forget Spokestone ever, ever, ever.
And for that reason, it was important that Bajan Fari be provided a platform to speak of his unforgettable Spokestone. Well, thank you very much, Bajan Fari. This community is begging for someone to research it. It's a thesis waiting to be developed. As we always say here, take good care of yourself and look out for the interests of your neighbours. I'm Sherwood McCaskey.